Hi, this is Denise at Foursquare Microfarm. This is like my third time trying to make this video. The first time it was too dark. The second time it was interrupted by a German Shepherd. And, well, the third time, well, we'll see. Anyway, this is my primary wheel. It's a Louet s17. When I got the wheel, you're supposed to try out as many wheels as you possibly can, but I kind of live in a hood, and there's really no place to try out wheels, and I didn't know anybody who was a spinner, so I bought the Louet off of Etsy, sight unseen, kind of not the best thing for you to do, but I really wanted the wheel because it had a really large drive wheel, and I wanted to paint it, so I kind of did some decorations on the other side, and I assembled it all, and I lacquered it black, a little goth, but not intentionally. I just like black wood, so it's all lacquered black. That's one of the reasons why I got it. The Louet is, well, the S10 is S17, I'm sorry, and then pretty much the S10, the S15, S17, they're all basically almost the same models, but it's a student model. Louets are known for being pretty much workhorses. And for me, I like the fact that they're plug and play. It's an Irish tension wheel. The only thing I really ever do to the wheel is change the ratios. And I don't do a lot of that much anymore either. As you can see, pretty much the wheel's plug and play. Adjustment made for the brake band here. Just tighten it with this screw. Pretty much. Put the drive band onto the bobbin. The Louet S17 is a bobbin driven wheel, also called Irish tension, so just stick it on there. One of the features or drawbacks, or whatever you want to call it, with the Irish tension wheels is that there's a lot of pull, a lot of uptake. So it's one of the things you have to sort of get past when you first work with the Louet. There's a couple different ways to counteract the uptake of the Louet. One of the first things you can do is take the brake band off. So pretty much I spin all of the time with the brake band off. Only time I ever use it is when the bobbin is almost completely full, and you know how you're trying to wind on that last little bit of single or of ply onto it, so I have to kind of hold it down to wind on the last bit. So otherwise, the brake band is always off. Also, as far as the bobbin is concerned, as you load the bobbin, the uptake gets less and less because of the weight of the bobbin. So you can either wait for it to fill across evenly, or you can add a piece of that foam pipe insulation to weigh the bobbin down. They also specially made flyers for that fat core bobbins, so that that'll weigh down the uptake. You could also lace the wheel, and that's what I did in my last video. When I want to spin like really thin, if I'm making socks or something like that, then I would lace the flyer, okay, across from side to side, and that actually slows the uptake of the wheel. That's just a thought. I don't really like to spin a lot of thin yarns, so that was a consideration when I bought the Louet. I knew that it's not really for super thin yarns, although you can buy the high-speed flyer, ensemble kit if you like, so just keep that in mind too. One of the things I really did like, I think I started saying that, was the orifice. It's a pretty large orifice. I can stick my finger in that orifice so that if I wanted to spin chunky yarns or art yarns, which aren't really my favorite thing to do either, but I'm starting to like the core spun. But if I want to do that, I've got a really big orifice that's going to come through. And my first core spun yarn, it was a lock spun, and I was worried it would get caught on the hooks, and I tell you now, no. Didn't have any problem with it getting caught on the hooks, pretty much. The Louet wheel right now is my only flyer wheel. I do have a great wheel, which I don't use very much, and I have several spindles which I use more frequently than I did before, and I have a kick spindle. But besides the fact that I want a really nice castle style wheel, just because I like the way they look, I like my Louet, and I don't really see myself growing out of it. I like how in the, I think it was the Paradise Fibers video, it might have been a wool revealer, where Dave said that the Louet really depends on the skill of the spinner. So I don't really see myself outgrowing it, just because I can do almost anything on it, and it really is dependent on the skill of the spinner.